Hi guys, it's Elena from financialdemics.com, and today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can handle going over your budget. When I talk to people about creating a budget, every now and then a person will mention how afraid they are to go over their budget even though they haven't created a budget yet. Every single person who has created a budget has gone over budget. Every single person. But it happens sometimes. You just have to figure out how to handle it so that you don't continue to go over budget in the following months. So today I'm going to give you 3 ways to handle going over your budget without dipping into your savings or using your credit card, because we're not trying to increase our debt. The first area to look are your lifestyle expenses, because obviously those are your wants, not necessarily your needs. So can you reduce your entertainment expenses for this month, or even eating out this month? You can also check budget categories where you actually ended up paying less this month than you planned on. Check your utilities. Were your utilities lower this month? Did you expect to pay more? You can pull that difference and put that towards your overage so you're not so much in the hole. You can also look at some of the things that you pay for and see if you can push them back a week or two to help offset the cost. So maybe you get your nails or your hair done on a regular basis. Are you able to push those items back a week or two to help reduce expenses for the month? The second thing you can do is reduce your grocery budget. So if you're like me, I typically buy the same basics every time I go to the grocery store. And then I also buy some little things here and there that I switch out, typically based on our needs or if we want something. So this will be a good time to actually shop your pantry instead of just using your regular routine. And what I mean by that is look in your pantry, look in your cabinets, look in your refrigerator. What do you already have and what type of meal can you make from what you already have there? Just for y'all, I checked my refrigerator and my pantry before I started recording, and so I'm going to give you some ideas of how you can shop your pantry. We have eggs, rice, tuna, chickpeas, and black beans. So that's just a few things that we have in there that I figure I can take and actually make a meal. One of the meals that we can make from that is tuna. The only thing that I would probably have to buy from the store is definitely some bread and maybe some crackers, and then any other sides that I may want with it. But I think I could definitely work out with what we have because we also have salad in the refrigerator. So that is a meal right there. And then a second meal that we could create from what is in there is Chipotle bowls. I love creating Chipotle bowls from my cabinet when I don't feel like going to Chipotle or I just don't have time to go to Chipotle. I make that as a meal for my family and everyone enjoys it. So I probably would just have to pick up a few items, and that would actually reduce my grocery bill if I just picked up those few items and not my regular purchases that I always make. And for my people who are meat eaters and are definitely want to have some type of meat, I'm just going to use chicken as an example because we only really eat chicken and fish. So those are the things that I know the most about price wise. Look at the type that you're buying. It's just all in your choices. So for example, we love wings in my household, but if you haven't noticed, wings cost more than thighs, drumsticks, and breasts. If we had gone over budget, what I would actually buy is probably thighs over wings because wings are a little bit more expensive, and we typically buy those things in bulk, so it's actually like a good $5 to $10 more if you buy wings over thighs. You could also buy drumsticks. I'm not the biggest fan of drumsticks, but hey, if money is tight, I'm buying whatever's cheaper. The third way that you can handle going over budget is by looking for extra ways to bring in money. I haven't mentioned before, I'm a big fan of having multiple streams of income. So in this case, if you went over budget, one of the ways that you can look to bring in more money is maybe return items that you recently purchased that you really didn't need back to the store. I always leave my tags on things. Hopefully you do the same until I wear it. So if you have some items that you just randomly picked up, you didn't need it, you can return those. You can also look into selling items around your household. And you can sell them on eBay. You can sell them on Poshmark. I think there is an app called Macari, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And you can also sell items on Decluttr. Decluttr is an app that you can sell your electronics to. So if you have like an old phone in the desk because you've recently upgraded, you can sell that. They'll take certain computers, and I definitely think they take iPads. I'm not sure if they take all tablets, but I definitely know they take iPads, and I feel like they are more favorable toward Mac laptops. But if I find another site that takes PCs, I'll link it down below. I'll also link Decluttr down below. Don't feel some type of way about selling things on eBay. I have a friend who actually thrifts items and sells them on eBay, and he does well with his side hustle income by doing that. So he actually has a course teaching you how to do it. I'm not getting anything for mentioning the course, but I'm going to link it down below because I think it's really great what he's doing. I'm tempted to get into it myself because it combines one thing I love, which is shopping, and I love to thrift, with making money. So if that's something that you like to do, check out his course. I'm going to link it down below. Another thing that you can do if you're looking to make extra money is maybe by doing food delivery. So of course we already know about Uber Eats, but there is also Postmates where you can deliver food, and then DoorDash. I actually have a blog post on my site where I interviewed someone who is a Postmates driver, and they gave their experiences. They really enjoy it, and I know they're still doing it to this day. So I'll also link that blog post below if you're interested in seeing what their experience was like. And another way that you can earn extra money if you need to because you went over budget is just by working overtime at work. If your job offers overtime hours, then I suggest you jump on it and work a few hours of overtime to cover your overage. And yes, I know you're going to have to wait on that check, but normally when you go over budget, it normally falls into the next month, especially if money's tight. So unless you just have extra money to the side, it's typically trickling into the next month. When you go over budget, it can be very stressful, especially if you're new to budgeting or if you really have a goal that you're working towards and things happen to cause you to go over budget. But I don't want you necessarily to focus on that frustration. I really want you to focus on getting back on track. Hopefully these tips will help you. And if you know someone who actually needs these tips, go ahead and share the video. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you next week. Bye.